Yes, he had shit the bed. Hey sailors, welcome back to Cruising as Crew. My name is Lucy and today we're going to be talking about some outrageous things that passengers do that I have witnessed during my time working on cruise ships. And I'm not going to lie to you, there's some stuff in this video that might make you feel a bit sick, might make you laugh. I mean, this video is just going to be a roller coaster of stomach churning and feelings, and yeah, if that sounds like your bag, then stay tuned, but please press like and subscribe for some more cruise ship content, and let's get into it. Okay, so I used to work in the spa on board cruise ships as a massage therapist, and I absolutely loved my time working in the spa, but there was some questionable things that happened. So we're gonna start with which one? Because sometimes, obviously, married couples come on cruises and they like to book couples massages, which basically means a man and a woman, or sorry, a couple, get a massage, lay side by side. So you've got two therapists in the room and two customers. So what I'm going to tell you happened twice to me, but I know that it happened a lot more, obviously, to other therapists as well. So basically, me and another therapist were doing this massage, and obviously one of you is with the woman, one of you is with the man, and the man starts feeling you up while you're massaging him, like feeling, because it's just, I mean, while his wife is laying next to him, like literally, I remember the first time it happened, I'd only been on board for like a few months, so I was like, oh my god, men are gross. Sorry guys, not all men, but like I could not believe it. I was like, your wife is literally laying next to you. So as the therapist, obviously you're like shoving his hand away, because you're like, you can't call him out on it, because, well, I mean, you could, I would now, but at the time you're like, well, I can't call him out on it because his wife's laying next to him and I don't want to be the reason that they get divorced. So you're like shoving his hand away, and normally like that is enough for them to be like, okay, like I've got the message. But one of the guys was really like persistent. It was awful. It was the most horrendous thing ever. And me and the girl who were doing it were just like looking at each other like, what the fuck do we do? Because she obviously could see what he was doing, and I was like, this is not okay. Like, he is not getting the message that I'm not okay with this. I don't think his wife would be okay with this. What? So I left. I just left. I was like, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm just going to leave, or not massage him. So I didn't leave because I was like, I don't want to leave my friend, the other therapist in the room, alone. So I just stopped massaging him. And my friend continued, you know, massaging the wife, and I was like just stood over by the sink just chilling. And after probably like 5 minutes or so, he looked up as in like, where are you? I was like, and it was quite satisfying to just be like, fuck you, in silence. But I was just like, no. And the thing is, you can't even say anything. Yeah, that was awkward. And then like at the end of the massage, you finish by like massaging their feet. So when my friend was near the end of the wife's massage, I like started massaging his feet so that when she woke up, she would just think, oh, that's nice, like we've just had a lovely couples massage and whatever. And yeah, he had to pay the full bill. I'm sorry, cheating is one thing. I know he wasn't cheating, but like, you're literally feeling up a girl who, one, doesn't want to be felt up by an old man, and secondly, your wife is lay right next to you. I'm like, how twisted do you have to be? Another massage that I did to a lady, no, there was no feeling up involved. And she seemed really, really lovely. You know, we had a nice conversation before the massage started, and the massage was absolutely fine. Now, if you have been to a spa before for a massage or a facial or any treatment, you will probably have noticed that in the treatment room, there are like products dotted around. Now, whether these are products for you to purchase or products that the therapist is going to use on you, there are obviously products dotted around the room. I did her massage, everything was fine. and then you leave the client to get changed, and they say, right, you know, I'll be back in like 10 minutes when you've got changed and drank your water and blah blah blah. And I came back 10 minutes later. Normally I'm just like, did you enjoy it? Everything okay? You feeling good? Okay, good to go, whatever. Went in the room, sat down, and I was like, something's different. Something is really different about this room. What is it? And then I looked at her bag, which was like empty when she came in. It was just a normal bag, and it was bulging at the seams. And I was like, oh, this is awkward. So I just had to be like, so do you want to buy all of this? And she's like, what? What do you, what? It's like, well, you've taken all my products and they're in your, I mean, come on, take one, take two, and I might not notice until you've gone, and then, you know. But she literally put everything in her bag. I'm like, babes, I can see that. You're gonna have to put that back. So yeah, so she didn't buy it. She put it all back and apologized. I was like, okay, bye. I'm just like, why? What? Another situation in the spa, it didn't happen to me actually, it happened to one of my really good friends on board. So a customer came in for a massage, and she had bought a drink in with her. And while she was having this massage, she was asking my friend to feed her this drink through the like face hole that you put your face on. And so my friend was obviously like, okay, so she was like feeding her this drink and trying to massage. And then at the end of the massage, so my friend left her to get changed and then came back in, and this woman just starts doing her makeup. As in, like, the woman who's just had the massage gets her makeup bag out and starts putting makeup on my friend who's the therapist. And obviously my friend was like, bearing in mind we're at work, so we go to work with a full face of makeup on. What are you doing? And she's like, oh, you know, I just want to do your makeup. I just really want to do your makeup. It's like, okay. This is probably the worst one. And I don't know how you're going to feel about this. And I did question whether putting it in the video, but why the hell not? If it gives you a laugh or it makes your toes curl, then whatever. So giving this guy a massage, everything's fine. He's not creepy. He's completely normal. Yeah, and then like I turn him over so that he's lay on his back, so I'm massaging like the front of his legs, and then move it to his shoulders, massaging his shoulders and his arms, and all's good. Like the music's playing, we're relaxed, everything's good, and all of a sudden there's this horrendous smell, like horrendous, absolutely awful smell. And I'm like, that is not a fart. That is not a fart. Yes, he had shit the bed. And oh my god, it was just the most. I've dealt with like creepy people, I've dealt with like, you just deal with so many types of people and so many situations when you're a therapist, whether that's on a cruise ship or on land. But oh my god, when someone poos on your massage bed because they're so relaxed, that is a day that you will never forget. So he like opened his eyes, as in like, you know, and I was like, I'm gonna go and get you some cleaning products, and I'll be back in 5 minutes with the cleaning products. Do not get up until I come back with the cleaning products, and then I'll leave you to it. I had to cancel my next appointment because he was busy cleaning his shit up. Honestly, it was the most awful thing. And then I couldn't do anything in that room for the rest of the day because obviously it had to be completely cleaned down, disinfected, everything. So what a palaver. Another massage. I promise this is the last like spa thing, but it was quite rocky. We were at sea, and this lady came in and she was like, oh, you know, I'm feeling a little bit queasy, feeling a little bit seasick. So I was like, okay, well, you know, are you sure you want a massage? Because it's probably, you know, it might not be the best thing for your seasickness. And she was like, no, like, I'm only feeling a little bit sick. It's just, you know, it'll be fine. I was like, okay, like, if you're sure, if you're fine with that. And, you know, we had a really long discussion. She was great, all of this. We were on, you know, she got on the bed, we were doing the massage, everything was good. And so she was lay on her front with her face through the face hole, and I was stood at the top of the bed massaging her back. And I just heard this and felt this splat on my shoes. And I was like, oh my God. So this woman was so sick on my feet, and it was just, I mean, I don't know what was worse, the shit or the sick, really, just awful. Nevertheless, she did not have the rest of the massage. She got up and she left feeling very embarrassed, but I didn't make her feel embarrassed. Like, it happens. It's never happened before, but I guess it happens. Don't worry about it. Oh, I had to throw my shoes out and they were so comfortable. Okay, so moving on from the spa antics now. So obviously as a crew member, even when you are like not working, you are still a crew member and you still represent the company and you still have to look after your passengers. So I wasn't at work at this point. I was just kind of milling around the ship doing my own thing. And there was this like old guy who was like hobbling around, and he came up to me and he was like, oh, I'm really lost, like, can you help me find my cabin? I'm like on a cruise alone and I don't know where I live. I was like, yeah, absolutely fine. He seemed like a really sweet, like 80-year-old man, like hunched over, really, really slow walking or whatever. And so I like helped him, you know, linked his arm to be a bit of support to help him walk to his cabin. It took 20 minutes to walk to his cabin because he was walking so slow, which, you know what, I didn't mind, because I was like, you know, if it was my grandma, I'd want someone to help her. This is fine. But obviously it was my day off, like it was some off times. So I was like, I'm using my off time to take this old guy to his cabin, but it's fine. So it took 20 minutes to get him to his cabin, and then he was like, oh, like, I want some company and blah, blah, blah. But I was like, look, I'm really sorry, but as a crew member, I am not allowed to come in your cabin, la 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 la. Anyway, so I've dedicated like a good half an hour to this guy, getting him back to his cabin, feeling really sorry for him because he can barely walk. And then the next day I'm at work in the shop and he walks past the shop. I mean, he's literally running past the shop. Are you joking? Like, I spent so long taking you back to your cabin thinking you were this poor guy who could barely walk, and you were playing me. You played me, and I believed it. I was working in the perfume shop on my last ship, and obviously, like any shop, whether it's on land, whether it's on a cruise ship, you have to kind of look out for thieves, and it really, really doesn't happen very often. I mean, if you can afford a cruise, you can afford a mascara or whatever, but nevertheless, it happens. Anyway, there was this couple that came on board, and they had actually come in the shop quite a bit, and, you know, we were chatting, and they were really, well, they seemed really, really nice people. And they came in this one day, and the guy was talking to me while the woman was looking around. This is a normal occurrence, because obviously while the women are looking for perfume and makeup and stuff, like, the guys aren't interested. So I'm normally, you know, entertaining the guys while their wife looks around. So I didn't think anything of it. And anyway, they left, no, like, didn't think anything of it. And then these other passengers came up to me and they were like, that woman has just shoved a load of mascaras and blushes and everything into her bag. And when I went and looked at the shelf, I was like, oh yeah, it's empty. And you know what? It was L'Oreal mascara. It wasn't even the good shit like Lancome. I'm like, if you're gonna steal, at least get the good stuff. I mean, not that you should steal, but like, it's like £6. Anyway, so I obviously reported this couple and just said, look, they've stolen a load of blushes and mascaras, whatever. And anyway, when they went and checked them out, they had stolen so much more than that. They'd stolen like mascaras and stuff from the makeup shop, also like merch from the other shop, clothes from the other shop. They'd been to the art gallery and they'd taken a painting. They'd stolen a chair from the bar because it's not meant to be in their cabin, and when they went and checked their cabin out, they were like, holy shit, they have taken stuff from all around the ship. I don't know what they were doing with the chair. I'm like, these are not flat pack chairs. How are you planning to take this chair home? But yeah, it was unbelievable what they'd taken. And I'm just like, and they're doing it as a couple. I'm like, that is couple goals. Couples that steal together, stay together. So it was a port day, and me and about 16 other crew members had decided to get off together and go to the beach and have a really nice beach day, frolicking around in the sea, pretending we're on holiday. And yeah, we're on the beach, we're all set up, and these passengers, this family, so there was 4 of them, came up to like us, the group of crew members, and I had, we'd all kind of spoken to them a bit, so we're like, oh hi, how you doing, what are you doing today, just being friendly as I normally am. And obviously it was fine. I thought, yeah, we're just gonna have a quick conversation, and then they're gonna get on with our day, or their day, and we're gonna get on with our day. They didn't leave for the whole day. Honestly, like, they pulled up chairs and got comfortable with us. And obviously the thing is, as crew members, you're representing the company, you obviously have to be nice to the passengers. So it's not like you can say, excuse me, like, what are you doing? So we kind of all just went along with it. But the thing is, like, obviously when you get off the ship and you're not at work, you want to let loose. But if you've got your client, your customers, your passengers with you, you can't like maybe have the conversations that you would have, or talk about work, or drink, or do anything. So it really like put a dampener on the day. And they were lovely, lovely people. But I was just like, that's just not something I would do. I would just never assume that I can go and you're on a family holiday. Like, why would you want to spend it with a load of like 20-year-olds? Whatever, it was one day in a lot more, but it was just, I was like, okay. On cruise ships, we have a crew bar. This is a bar that is just for crew members, so we can wind down after work, let loose a little bit. Now, obviously, passengers are under no circumstance allowed in crew areas, and definitely not the crew bar. And I had been speaking to these passengers earlier in the day, and they're like, oh, what are you going to do this evening? And I said, oh, I'm probably maybe just going to go to bed. I might go for a drink in the crew bar or whatever. They're like, oh, the crew bar, that's, tell us about that. And I said, oh, it's really like nothing special. It's just a bar for crew. Like it's really not. I think people are more like intrigued about it because they're not allowed. You always want to go somewhere where you're not allowed to go. But I'm like, it really isn't anything special. But anyway, so yes, finished work, got changed, went to the bar, was with all my friends, and these passengers walk into the crew bar like they're walking into their house, and they're like, hey Lucy, how's it going? And they pull up a chair, and I'm like, firstly, how did you find it? How did you know? Because how do you know where the crew bar is? Secondly, how can you walk in here so confident? Like, you're not allowed in here. And like all my friends and other crew members were looking at me like, the fuck, did you invite these people? I'm like, no. So I just had to say to them, like, I'm so sorry, but let me walk you out. Like, you are not allowed in here. Oh, come on, we can stay for one drink. I'm like, no, you can't. But they were being really like, because I'm nice. Hopefully you can tell that, but I'm a nice person, and I was trying to be as polite as I could, but they were not taking no for an answer. They were like, no, we want to stay with you, we want to drink here. And I was like, you cannot be here. Like, I will get fired if they think that I have invited you here. Like, you can cost me my job, and I'm not going to lose my job just so you can have a drink in the crew bar when there's 5 bars in the guest area. So it was just bizarre that they were like, no, we want to stay here. I'm like, well, no, you're not. So anyway, I escorted them out, and it was just so bizarre. And then they complained, like literally. So I got a call from my boss's boss into his office, and he was like, we've had a complaint from crew members that you kicked them out the crew bar after inviting them. I'm like, oh my God, I did not invite them. And so I explained the whole story, and he was just like, yeah, don't worry about it. But I was like, you are complaining that I asked you to leave a venue that you're not allowed in. So one night I was in the shop just doing my shift, and I could see this like middle-aged guy walking towards the shop. And this guy is someone that had been in the shop during the cruise, and you know, I talked to him and his wife, and they seemed really normal, really nice people. And I could see him like slowly walking towards my shop. So, you know, I saw him, so I was like, oh, hi, you know, hi. So I saw him walking towards the shop, and I was like, yeah, you know, he's probably just going to come in with his wife maybe if she's around, and we'll have another conversation. And he doesn't come in the shop. He starts vigorously licking the shop windows. Like, honestly, it's the weirdest thing I've ever done, because it wasn't like, it was like, oh, like all over the windows. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. This is actually crazy. So I didn't know what to do. I was like, are you okay? And then he literally got up and was like, yeah, I'm fine. See you later. I was like, do you know how many germs are on those windows? How many people have touched those windows? Honestly, I don't know what the most outrageous thing was. I think it's the poo on the massage bed. I think that is by far the worst one. But please let me know in the comments which one you think is the most outrageous. If you have enjoyed that video, guys, please hit that notification bell, because in the next video, I'm going to be talking about relationships, romantic relationships on board a cruise ship. And yeah, it's going to be good. So while you wait for that video, make sure you check out these 2 videos here. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope this video has given you a laugh, and I will see you in the next one.